Hey guys, Nick here. Thanks for coming by. Don't really have a specific topic really that I'm talking about today, but I wanted to reflect a little bit on the feeling of hopelessness that you can often get, that I've certainly suffered from since my diagnosis, and just how you can kind of stay balanced during that. It's a real struggle. I've never had a history of depression or unwarranted sadness, or prolonged, just times of being down. But once I was diagnosed, it started happening to me a lot. And was wondering if it was because is it because I'm facing, my potential death? Is it because of just the things that I'm no longer physically able to do that I used to? Is it because, I'm reflecting on everything, that had led me up to that point? And I think that that was a big part of it, but there was also a kind of a line of thinking that I never had before. And it perpetuated itself by at the like late at night, I would just start crying for no real reason at all. My mind would start racing, about things, and that's something that I'm really work on, is that I have, in a lot of cases, a worst case scenario type attitude, and I can let myself really, really just compound everything that's going on. There are some personal things that are going on in my personal life, which happens with everyone. Everybody has stuff going on all the time. But this was really different for me, and I didn't know how to handle it. The more research I did and the more talking to my doctors I did, I found out that your liver also controls a lot of your hormone levels, acting as your filter, and it can really kind of change your path of thinking. And in some people, it may make them feel more reckless or more willing to do things that they may not have normally done impulsively. In my case, it really got into, I'll call it situational depression. Not long periods of like constant all day, but it would happen usually around, midday, maybe 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but it would really get bad at night. And I would just literally cry. Nothing nothing had hurted my feelings, or, there was some frustration, as far as where I was at, in my pre-transplant process, which I still have not received mine, but that's a whole process of just trying to wrap your mind around. But I really couldn't explain why, I just felt these almost attacks, not like a panic attack, but I could just feel myself just kind of catching my breath for some weird reason, and then just crying. And sometimes it would be for 10 minutes, sometimes it would be for 5, sometimes it would go really extended periods, to the point to where, the next day would be rough, because how you get that kind of just residual type of feeling if you have just gone on a really emotional high, and your body's trying to balance it out. You get dehydrated, which can be a challenge because I have to watch my fluid intake. So I was trying to, make my body back leveled out again, but it was really frustrating. So I don't, recommend medications or tell people to take a certain thing. I am not medically trained, and I'm not able to do that. But I found that speaking with my physicians, they looked at some medication that I was currently on that might be messing with my hormone levels, that were not mood stabilizers, but we made some kind of adjustments there that uh, made made a lot of things easier. I won't go into specifics. Certain things I want to keep that a little personal, but I was eventually put on a very low dose of a mood stabilizer, especially as my liver was kind of going up and down in its function and what it was doing. It was an easy kind of adjustment to make, but only because I was already used to taking, 12, 13, 14 different medications, some multiple times a day, So I was already, used to taking because of my liver disease and my kidneys as well, which was a residual side effect, shall we say. But it made it a little bit easier because I did not like taking pills, beforehand. But since it become part of my daily routine anyway, I was more open to that idea. So, I don't go at it willy nilly. I don't just, jump and say I need something to immediately make me feel better. I know that there are times when some days you just have bad days, and that's just life in general, not even, associated with whatever illness you may have. But I was very careful about going about how I was going to address it. So I went, thinking maybe I was just having a bad week. But when I talked to my significant other, she said, this has been going on for about 2, 3 weeks, almost a month, and it was very uncharacteristic for me. So I reached out to my primary care and made an appointment with them immediately, and we discussed kind of what was happening and what was going on. He prescribed me a medication, but I always like to do my homework on doing that. So before I added that into my normal daily routine, I consulted with my healthcare providers at Vanderbilt that are a part of my liver transplant program that are talking to me. I also talked to my personal therapist about it and really did a lot of research before I added that in. So I have since done that. I have been on it for about a week, and a little bit too soon to tell if there are any major changes, but I think that's by design. It makes it a lot easier that there's not a rapid, type of change of mindset, because that for me, could leads to other issues that make it hard, maybe to process things. But I'm doing well, so this is just kind of my personal experience, no one else's, mine alone. And so just if you're struggling with any of this and you're introducing anything new, talk to your primary care and don't put it off. If it is something that's really bogging you down, for me, it was really hindering my ability to just kind of do day-to-day things, especially in the evening. I would get sidetracked and, just little things I couldn't focus on because I was all twisted up. But, like I said, your liver does do a lot, and it does a lot with hormone regulation, so it's not uncommon for me or for anyone, to have sudden, changes in their mood or how they're feeling. So, take care of yourself. Mental health is very, very important, especially when going through, any type of major illness or life change. But it is something very important that you just need to do, just for your day-to-day life and for those around you. It helps keep me more willing and open-minded to things that are out there that can help me in my situation. So I just wanted to drop in with a really quick video. Like I said, I haven't really researched anything here. It was just something that I was thinking about and just thought I'd drop it in. So I really appreciate your all's time. And again, I thank you all so much for the support and all the subscribers. I really, really appreciate it. Remember, there is a link down in the description to my Facebook group that I have for end-stage liver disease, cirrhosis, and just general support. Some really good information on there, some really great people. So I appreciate all the subscribers, and I appreciate everyone taking the time to spend a few minutes of their day with me. Thanks a lot, guys. Now, have a good day.